Happy Friday afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Friday afternoon, so let's begin. First up, we're following some breaking news in Seabrook, New Hampshire. Fire at 99 Lafayette Road, Route 1, reported shed fire. FD en route. Again, there is a fire at 99 Lafayette Road, Route 1, reported shed fire in Seabrook, New Hampshire. New Hampshire State Police need your help. The New Hampshire State Police, in conjunction with Lincoln Police Department, is looking for a missing adult female identified as Maggie Victoria Barrero, a 33-year-old Hispanic female with a strong New York accent in Lincoln, New Hampshire. Maggie is described as approximately 5'05" tall, weighing 110 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. She was last seen in the area of Main Street in the town of Lincoln, New Hampshire on Monday, March 8, 2021. Anyone who knows or has seen Maggie is asked to contact New Hampshire Trooper First Class Sean via phone at 603-419-0440 or 603-846-3333 or via email at sean.m.torsey@dos.newhampshire.gov. And here is a photo of that missing woman. If you know any information, call New Hampshire State Police or the Lincoln Police Department. And also on Friday today at approximately 2:20 a.m., Trooper Gary Wood Jr. of New Hampshire State Police and Trooper A. Barracks was monitoring traffic on Route 16 in Dover when he observed a vehicle traveling southbound at a high rate of speed. After clocking the vehicle at 106 miles per hour, he activated his emergency lights and attempted to conduct a motor vehicle stop of the vehicle. The vehicle, identified as a green 1996 Nissan, also matched the description of a vehicle that fled from a Dover police officer minutes prior to passing Trooper Wood. As Trooper Wood caught up to the vehicle, he observed observancy lane control issues and suspected that the driver was impossibly impaired. It quickly became observant to Trooper Wood that the driver had no intention of stopping for him as the Nissan continued to travel at a high rate of speed on to Interstate 95 South. The Nissan drifted between several lanes of travel and continued on to Route 101 West, where an officer from the Stratham Police Department was able to successfully deploy stop sticks. The stop sticks deflated several tires of the Nissan and gradually reduced its speed. However, the Nissan continued westbound until it exited the highway at exit 7 and traveled north on Route 125, now traveling on 3 rims as only one tire remained. The pursuit continued onto Route 4 west from the Lee traffic circle, where a short time later the Nissan left the roadway and crashed into a ditch. Upon Crashing, the male operator fled from the vehicle, and Trooper Wood was able to utilize his canine partner to take the suspect into custody. The driver was identified as Christopher Duproux, 31, of Laconia, New Hampshire. He is charged with felony reckless conduct, aggravated driving while intoxicated, disobeying a police officer, and driving after suspension, conduct after an accident, and resisting arrest. He is being held at the Stratford County Jail until his arraignment in the Stratford County Superior Court later today. Duproux had one passenger with him who was taken into custody without incident. She was identified Erica Boyd, age 30, of Salisbury, Massachusetts. She was also brought to the Stratford County Jail to be held in protective custody due to her impairment and pursuable by a controlled substance. Troopers from New Hampshire State Police Troop A were assigned by a number of police agencies during this incident to include the Stratham, Epping, and Lee police departments, as well as the Bering Fire and EMS. And here is a photo of that suspect. Fire reported at the Burger King on the Heights in Concord. Concord fire and rescue teams were sent to Loudon Road on Friday to extinguish a fire inside the walls of the building. Concord fire and rescue teams were called to Loudon Road on Friday morning to extinguish a building fire in a restaurant. Just before 1:30 a.m., dispatch received reports of smoke coming from Burger King, which is located just south of the intersection with East Side Drive. The first arriving firefighters reported smoke from outside of the building near the drive-thru. One firefighter suspected that it may have been caused by a cigarette smoldering outside of the building, with fire spreading inside, although that has not been confirmed as the cause of the fire. Not long after, firefighters confirmed there was a partition fire in the walls of the building and began assessing the outside of the building by cutting the walls to gain access to the flames. Concord police assisted in moving traffic around the restaurant location. Firefighters extinguished the fire and headed off the scene to fire prevention. Engines cleared the area around 2:30 a.m. Police incident at Dunkin's led to a man pointing a gun at a woman. Ryan Keller, age 34, of Manchester, is accused of pointing a gun at a woman in the drive-thru at a Dunkin's in Pelham on Bridge Street. Pelham police officers responded to a reported altercation at the Dunkin's on Bridge Street for a reported altercation at the drive-thru on Thursday morning. Pelham police saw when they arrived there were a male and female who were involved in an incident but had left the scene in their vehicles before officers arrived. Officers obtained information from witnesses and were told a 26-year-old female from Pelham was in the drive-thru lane at Dunkin' Donuts. She was looking down and the lane had moved forward. The vehicle behind her was driven by Ryan Keller, age 34, of Manchester, New Hampshire. Keller waved her forward and yelled for her to move up. Police say the two continued to exchange words, and eventually the female got out of her vehicle and approached Keller in his truck. As the argument continued, Keller pointed a gun at the female. They both left the area, and she contacted Pelham police. Several witnesses reported seeing the incident, and Keller pointing a gun at the female, who officers say don't know each other. Keller was located in his truck further north on Bridge Street in Pelham. He was arrested without incident, and a gun was seized. Keller was charged with felony reckless conduct with a deadly weapon and a felony level criminal threatening with a deadly weapon. He was later released on $2,500 cash bail. Pelham police ask that anyone who witnessed this incident is encouraged to contact Corporal James Locke or submit a tip through Tip 411. Any questions can be directed to Captain Anna Harrell or Captain Stephen Toome at 603-635-2411. He will be arraigned in Hillsborough County Superior Court at a further date. Body of 80-year-old man recovered off Portsmouth Island. Police say foul play not suspected. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
At Beltade's, customers will find everything they need for a building project. The brand names you trust to perform. With a fleet of over 50 delivery vehicles, we deliver when and where our customers need them. Beltade's Building Products, 9 locations throughout New Hampshire and Massachusetts.
On Portsmouth, state police say foul play is not suspected after a body was found off the shore of 4-3 Island. Troopers say that a couple called 911 yesterday morning after seeing the body on the east side of the island at the base of the jetty. Firefighters recovered the body of an 80-year-old man. His name is not being released until the family has been notified.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And let's take a look at your weather. Currently right now is 57 degrees and sunny. And warm and windy heading into the weekend. Let's take a listen to that video from meteorologist Eric Reglar.
Shop Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Save 10% on mattresses from Nature's Rest, Heirloom, Nectar, and our exclusive Neuropedic Lift sleep sets. Or get no interest financing till February 2026. Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses.
Thanks for clicking on WMUR.com. I'm meteorologist Eric Weglars. A decent start to the morning, and temperatures are, well, relatively mild across much of the state. In the lower middle 50s still. A cold front is working its way through, so I think we'll find an uptick in wind as we go through the afternoon. You'll definitely hear it as you're out and about, but the temperatures will gradually be falling as we go from this point forward. So the warmest part for some is actually this morning. The rain that was moving through overnight last night has started to really dry out, and that's because it's so dry, at least at the ground here, where I think it's mitigated a lot of the showery activity. But further north and west, there is an Arctic front and some spin with that, and as that gets closer to us this evening, I think we'll find some snow squalls later on tonight into early tomorrow morning. The big notes of the forecast, the roller coaster continues, and unfortunately this means a pretty sharp drop in temperature as we go into the start of next week. So for today, pick the nearest city or town closest to you. Upper 50s across southeastern New Hampshire. Towards the north, though, as cold air continues to spill in, you may be lucky to reach the upper 40s as we go into the afternoon. The decent parts of the day is this: a ton of sunshine as we go into the afternoon. But here comes that Arctic front as we go towards sunset tonight. So by 6, we're expecting some snow squalls up in the higher terrain of both Grafton and Coas counties. And the squalls will live for a time south and east of the mountains. This is 9 o'clock. The deeper blues telling us some of these will pack a punch. But as we go towards midnight, the squall line here is just leftover clouds as we go towards midnight and beyond. So I think it really loses its potential to maintain itself once it gets south of, say, Laconia and Concord as we go into the early evening hours tonight. By Saturday evening, notice what's not on the map, any form of snow or cloud cover. So it's a beautiful day, albeit on the windier side as we go into Saturday afternoon. So in terms of when the squalls arrive the next couple of hours tonight, we are expecting it again by 6 up in the North Country and then by 10 o'clock across interior central New Hampshire. And the squall threats, the strongest squalls, mainly confined to northwestern New Hampshire as we go through the evening hours tonight. It also is gusty first thing tomorrow morning, especially in the southeasterly facing slopes of the White Mountain spines. Gusts between 35 and 50 miles per hour are expected. To that note, the National Weather Service has hoisted the wind advisory in the shade of tan here for southeastern New Hampshire. And the trended temperature only falls from here. We're into the upper 20s by Monday. So really impressive stuff going forward here. We go from spring warmth to cold and then back to some resemblance of warmth in the 7-day forecast. We turn the clocks back, rather forward, on Sunday. Highs only in the lower 40s. The coldest day for the foreseeable future is on Monday with highs only in the upper 20s. With the winds, it'll certainly feel a lot colder, but for the middle of next week looks great. Temperatures into the upper 40s, not a whole lot of sunshine, but we're looking a little bit warmer with showers likely by Thursday.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Eric Wiglar. Alexandria sorry about that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Nadler, and other NY political leaders call for Cuomo to resign. New York political leaders, including Rep. Alexander Cortez, Grace Meg Mortar Jones, and Rep. Jerry Nadler and Jamala Bowman, are all calling for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign after a number of sexual harassment allegations surfaced in the past week. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.